So last week on my Instagram, I spoke about how parents can utilize time at home effectively to help modify or actually implement new skills with their children. So one of the skills I want to talk about today is decision making. It seems very basic, but it's not. Many times people implement it, but not in the most effective way. And I'll give you a great example pretty soon. So the goal in regards to decision making is actually using the left side and the right side of the brain together when making decisions. That means you're using logic as well as emotion to make the most effective, holistic decision that doesn't just benefit you, but benefits the situation as a whole and those involved. So, example, right? So, we talk about many times people going out buying up all the toilet paper. That is a very logical decision because guess what? Toilet paper is a necessity. But the decision is lacking empathy, is lacking emotion. So they're only using one side of their brain when making that decision, and they're not considering or thinking about how it affects other people. On the flip side, we talk about people who are not quarantining. They're not using social distancing. They're still gathering, they're still mixing and mingling, and they're not considering the fact that they're actually hindering the process that we're trying to contain the virus, right? That's an emotional decision. Well, I don't want to stay home. I want to be around my friends. I want to go socialize. So that's an emotional decision that's lacking logic. So you're only using, again, one side of your brain. So the goal in and of itself is to use both the left and the right side of the brain where you're making an emotional decision that does not lack logic. And it's very imperative because many times when we have these decisions and we confront our children about the decisions they make, we only focus on, well, what were you thinking? What were you thinking? We don't ever talk about, well, what were you feeling? How did it make you feel? I have a prop. Ooh, look. So it's imperative because we're faced with a situation and we see the end result, which is their behavior. But many times, again, we focus on, well, what were you thinking to get you to this behavior? Now, understanding that thought and feeling are a process of the behavior and a result of the outcome, which is why it's imperative when teaching effective problem solving and decision making skills to utilize both feeling and thought, left and right side of the brain, cohesively to come about with the best decision, which is, again, end result of your behavior. So, parents, when teaching decision-making skills and problem-solving skills, be sure to add that extra component of feelings. Many times we try to avoid it because it's not common. It's not, something that we brag and boast about because, of course, who wants to feel feelings? But feelings are a major part of our decisions. And if we try to omit them, then we're only thinking with logic, which, again, lacks empathy, feelings, and consideration of others. So be mindful of that when you're trying to implement this new skill. Bye.